Hello, everybody. Maybe you have noticed something new. Maybe you haven't. My level is 50 now. I have done a quest to increase the overall level of the overworld, so the enemies that I face now is tougher. If anything, it kinda really surprised me, because the enemies immediately outleveled me after that point, and I went and I ran halfway across the full map in order to get the leveling materials for my people. So, for example, I have random 8 exploration here just because I needed this boss. So that's what I've been up to, together with doing some side quests, and I can show off something really, really cool. For one thing, I figured out how gadgets work. So that's amazing. But watch! I can fly! So now that, you know, Scar wants me to be here, I can now be like, "Sup, Scar? How are you doing? You doing good? Because I've been on a journey and a half, let me tell you. In the middle of our conversation, I just fucked off in order to do quite a lot of unrelated things. 2 Wuthering Waves, nerds. This is just 2 Wuthering Waves, nerds. I'm aware that my team composition
Let
is...
me be there for everyone as we
correct.
head toward our shared future,
With
leaving the past behind.
Mortafi and Verena, I was advised to use dungeons
Sometimes I get a little
instead
Let
of
me be
using
there for
Mirta,
everyone
instead of just
as
using
we
Rover.
head toward our shared future,
My
leaving the
cat is
past
going crazy
behind.
right now. But anyway, I found
Sometimes I
Dungeon
get
to
a
be
little
incredibly
carried
hard
away
to
in
play
battles.
because she loses
startle
her
you, did
life
I?
force with attacks, and she also gains her life force at some attacks. But I don't like the yo-yo
Let
effect.
me be there for everyone.
So I'm
we
making
head
the
toward our
decision
shared
not to play her. If you can think of a good replacement for her, please do tell me that in the comment section down below. Okay, nerds out. Time to talk with Scar. Well, this is optional, but I'm gonna confront him regardless. Hello!
What is it? Are you back for some chit-chat?
Dude, just be a bit more straightforward than fairy tales.
No. I refuse.
He is just a fairy tale nerd, isn't he?
Oh, and don't try to threaten me. You're not in a place to bargain, remember? You don't want to disappoint me so soon, Rover.
I don't want to start a conversation earlier with him than we should, because I feel like then we're gonna miss out on dialogue, and I don't like missing out on dialogue.
Endless bonfire parties, celebrating their new god every night. Except the one little black lamb. As
This
each night
wasn't
passed,
even something
it was
that
the
I
only
read.
one to notice how its flock was dwindling away.
He just really wanted to
Rover.
tell me a story.
Do you think someone would give you what you want without taking anything from you?
I know that Rover believes in quid pro quo, but honestly, yeah. Whenever somebody needs something off me, if it's not something that's uber difficult for me to do, so whether it's just a conversation, some advice, spending time together, I give that freely without ever expecting that that will ever be given back to me. The same in like gaming spaces. Whenever I was in MMO guilds, people would give out gifts or do raffles, not because they think that somebody else is ever gonna be doing that for the guild, but because they feel the kindness and they want to share. There is a larger consideration here, which is whether being addicted to getting things is necessarily good for you as a person. And I imagine that if we consider this to be a higher power, that consideration should probably enter the logic. Whenever I get things, I don't expect them to come with strings attached. And whenever I give things, I don't attach any strings to them, so that if that friendship or that connection breaks tomorrow, and I never get anything back from my investment, it doesn't matter, because that was a person, and what I got back at the time was the joy of just being together. It's not like I expected something back. So I personally don't believe in quid pro quo. Sorry.
I once believed that too. Thought as long as I paid a high enough price, I could get my desired outcome. But true equality is scarce, always has been. The world was never a fair place, wouldn't you agree? To receive equal retribution, one must give more, and more, and more. When every wish comes with a hefty price, people weigh their options carefully.
I'm gonna pause Scar here. Well, we have a little bit of a chat. The world is an unfair place, but it doesn't mean that the exchange mentality necessarily suits you. I say that the best approach that you can have is probably a bit of a pessimistic one of, if I do a nice thing, it doesn't mean that anyone else will do a nice thing back at me, but it does mean that the world has gotten slightly less shittier for somebody else, and that's just always a nice thing. I see a lot of people come into their own psychological mindset or any spirituality with a idea of bargaining, and it like drives me insane. Like, if I want this thing, I have to give up something else, which must be such a way of seeing world through. No, there's no reason why you can't have everything that you want and need. So no, Scar, people deserve a good life. Sure, reality sucks, but people deserve a good life, and you should have never been put in a situation where you felt like you had to sacrifice something just to earn your place under the sun. I think that that is fucked.
When they can make someone else bear the price. They all rush to make more wishes. They don't consider they too may one day pay for another's selfish desire. Funny, isn't it?
I mean, that's just humanity in a nutshell. I have phone. I don't consider whoever is currently dying in the mines in order to get me the materials for my phone. There are so many people using AI for really stupid shit without considering that it's taking energy and water from absolutely everybody. It's like your desire and your need to generate a funny meme suddenly trumps everyone's need for basic resources. Just the way humanity is. There's nothing new. I suppose the only new thing is that in this situation, it was isolated to a small village. Markings on the walls. As you lean in closer, you notice some faint markings on the wall. Words like monster, witch, banisher, and all her fault are written thickly on the wall. Crumpled page from a children's book silently resting on the ground.
Later, the shepherd openly blamed the black lamb for the flock's decline.
Oh, that's
On
neat!
the next day, the white lambs welcomed the rising sun as usual, but the black lamb was nowhere to be found.
I thought that that was
The
really
shepherd
giant
introduced
bollocks.
an unspoken rule to this village. One that our black lamb violated by telling the truth. Suddenly, the once doting god stopped fulfilling wishes because no more sacrifices were being made. After witnessing the Black Lamb's actions and hearing from their almighty shepherd, what do you suppose the White Lambs did? Ah, those oblivious lambs. Little did they know the most fearsome demon was right under their noses.
I feel like that was just them themselves. The village kind of screwed itself. You can't help that. It just happens sometimes, honestly.
Well done. You didn't let any details slip.
Aw, thank you!
Now, I wonder, what is your takeaway from this story? Answer me and I'll reveal the truth of what happened. Who was the real culprit behind the diminishing number of lambs?
I mean, collectively, it was people making the choices. Alternatively, you could say that what was at fault was the choice existing. This does come to a very philosophical dilemma that, if you answer truthfully, would probably faint humanity as a group rather than as an individual really, really poorly. This would read as the group, it's probably best if they're not allowed to make certain choices, presuming that if the choice exists, people are always gonna choose the wrong way. You can give real-world examples to this very easily. It is cheaper. It was cheaper to use slave labor when slavery got abolished. It is cheaper to use third world near slave labor to produce majority of your goods. So despite the fact that this takes jobs out of your own economy, you will outsource your company's production overseas, and you're not going to be caring about the people getting exploited. It is cheaper to go with polyester to producing natural fabrics. It takes up less space. It's not good for environment, but it's better for your production line. It is cheaper to mass produce things no matter what the impact to the environment or to the common person is. It is also a lot easier to just use whichever new tool is given to you, no matter how right or wrong that tool is. Like, for example, AI. Even if AI hallucinates quite a lot, even if it gives you completely wrong answers, it feeds into your self-delusion, and you understand what a heavy environmental burden it costs to the environment, people still go, haha, generating memes funny. You get to look at where the world is, and you get to realize that the fact that we have free will to make these kind of decisions, and the fact that it's a large group of people making these kind of decisions, ethical consumption is practically impossible. And it's not necessarily any one individual's fault, and whenever something that is kind of bad happens, there is always a group of people that are protesting, but the large majority of the society is just gonna adopt it because in some ways it is more convenient, or in some ways they're not the ones that are bearing the direct consequence or burden right at that moment. So as a group, we're just really fucking stupid. The fact that the best thing that can happen is that there are some decisions that you should not be allowed to make is sad. really, really sad because you want to believe that if people have the right to choose, that's the best. But at the same time, if you run in that direction too far, let's say we blame the shepherd, right? And we say there are some decisions that you should not be able to make. Who gets a say on what those decisions are? You will have an infighting of a lot of groups that believe that they know what is best for you, and a lot of these decisions are very direct, as in they have a direct consequence on your life, but they're not necessarily clear-cut. And everybody in their own group will have their own arguments for why something is right or wrong. To give the most argued idea, do we allow people that are ill and will never recover euthanize themselves? Arguments pro will include that it is kind and that we do this to animals, that this way we don't need to force people to go through suffering. Arguments against will include things like this is gonna be weaponized against disabled people. This is one step closer to population control, and this kind of tool, if left to the society, if we allow it out of the gate, is gonna be easily abused. And there is no one right answer. And that's the situation where you're like, if there are ideas that people should not be able to, even discuss or decide upon, because they will always decide in a way that's not really the best, who decides what kind of ideas those are? And there lies the problem. So, the only correct answer in this situation, in my opinion, is the white lambs. Welcome to the episode of Philosophy with Mirta. Glad that you could have joined us in our little Chinesey gotcha game.
Brilliant answer. You saw past the obvious. The true
No,
culprit
actually, I
was not
spent
the
5
shepherd,
minutes
but the white
monologuing
lambs who
as to
chose
why
to
I
follow
think
his rules.
what it is what it is.
The shepherd never forced them into anything. He merely presented a choice.
The
a
shepherd
possibility.
presented a wrong choice, but I'm
No one
treating
would
the
have been
shepherd
killed
as the
if
choice
they
itself.
simply refrained from making those wishes. Their greed and indifference were the cause of it all.
At the same time, it's irresponsible.
My second question. What price did the lambs pay for their wishes?
If you are at the position of the shepherd, you know that it is a malicious idea to give anyone a proposal where they're incentivized to effectively pick against themselves without realizing that they're doing it. If you're smart enough to realize that that's what the proposal is, it is very irresponsible on your behalf to actually propose it. But if we treat the shepherd as the idea itself, if we go the path of there should be ideas that should not ever be considered, discussed, or chosen, kind of means that there's somebody else that will get to decide what those ideas specifically are, and that's also not good for the general populace. So even though we're stupid, at the very least we're free to be stupid the way that we wish to be stupid. You know where this is going. I wish that we all kind of got a collective grip, but that's very hard to do because all of us are thinking as individuals, as not as some singular monolith. Probably if we're thinking as a singular monolith, that would also not be a great thing. because everybody will always have justifications for their own actions. And everybody will have their own problems that they're gonna be passionate about. And it won't always be the same problems. And unifying a block to enact meaningful change is always really difficult. Which is why I'm gonna say, all of you people fighting data centers, I'm freaking proud of you. Really, really proud of you, because a lot of people are actually getting a lot of things changed through the good, lawful way. And that's kind of like the white sheeps getting together and deciding to turn the shepherd down. That would be the equivalent. It's a very hard thing to organize. I'm very, very proud whenever people do organize and get some of their own rights back, especially when the world is slowly turning to shit. It would be like, collectively, the invading force deciding to not show up to war. That would be the equivalent. Like, if that happens, you're like, that happened by a friggin' miracle, because normally it just doesn't. What price did the lambs pay for their wishes? Their lives?
Of course, as always. Life was the most valuable thing they had to offer. Here's my final question. What happened to the black lamb? Don't rush, Rover. Take your time. What is the truth you've uncovered?
Scar, you don't need to repeat the question 3 times. For me, when you drew me a picture! This guy just like sat in here in an empty village, drawing a little storybook for us because he's just like that into it. It was murdered by its flock and the shepherd.
The shepherd was granting wishes by sacrificing the lives of lambs. The flock found out the truth, but chose to be his accomplices, and they willingly offered the black lamb as another sacrifice.
That's right.
He's really enjoying this. It's like, you're getting my story. I'm a good storyteller.
Little lambs cowered and huddled in their village, terrified of the relentless wolf packs. Until a shepherd arrived, bearing the gift of wishes and providing shelter and sustenance. Slowly, the shepherd gained control over the flock, and the lambs lived contented lives. But this is not the end of our story.
This is why monopolies are bad, children.
The shepherd found the solitary black lamb in his flock and offered to grant any wish it desired.
When any one company controls too much of your country's economy, it's not good.
The black lamb refused, and it was shunned by its flock, left without shelter or sustenance. After the black lamb's exile, more lambs continued to vanish. The shepherd then blamed the black lamb for breaking the rules. He withheld his wish-granting power as punishment. From the very beginning, the lambs knew the risk of making wishes. They too could become sacrifices for those of others. But they always believed it wouldn't be them. Meanwhile, some lambs reasoned that since they had already risked being sacrificed for someone else's wish, it was then only fair to pass on that risk for a chance at fulfilling their own desires. And so they continued to play the game. They all knew the consequences, but chose to remain silent. Fearful, yet greedy, they followed the shepherd's orders and made wishes again and again, until one day, a brave black lamb spoke up, shattering the flock's facade, their illusion of a peaceful and happy life. Black lamb got in their way, and that of the shepherd's greedy pursuit, sparking hatred in their hearts.
Gar, you're really bad at music mixing.
They could no longer ignore the blood and ashes of past sacrifices littering the ground. How do you like my story, Rover? What really happened here? I suppose you already have it figured out?
I would have
The
answered you,
black
but you
lamb
didn't
who
let me.
rebelled against the rules, and the white lambs who succumbed to their greed. The innocent maiden sacrificed, and the villagers who turned on each other in a ruthless frenzy.
Remember, kids,
They had it
if your
coming.
country's first choice is to exile you,
All the shepherd had to do was
you
execute
get
the
far,
order.
far, far away.
That's how he kept the flock
So
in
that
check
if at
and
any point they
maintained the
decide that
status
you
quo.
should actually be a political prisoner, you're already somewhere where they can't extradite you from and where they have difficulty reaching you. It doesn't mean that it's entirely impossible. There are quite a few people that are labeled as dissidents in quite specific places, and the governments of other places were just turning a blind eye. I can't speak about very specific situations, but there are. There are. Even kind of connected to where this game is made. So, anyway, you get yourself far, far away and try to witness protect yourself as best as you can. You don't move that hornet's nest because you're worth more than, you know, anybody that would like to, well, remove you. You're worthy and you deserve a life. And no, don't ever forget it. And if you need to act out of self-preservation, do act out of self-preservation. But don't stay in doomed toilets, especially if you have any other choice. And that is storytelling with Scar. So is that why you became a shepherd yourself?
Fun answer, but no. Not even close. I was never the shepherd. Never will be. You and I, we are the black lamb. The one who breaks the rules.
I don't know, my dude. I woke up as an amnesiac. Immediately joined a whole bunch of girlies that were just kind of nice to me. I'm just going with the flow over here. I don't know what you're doing. You weren't the little girl by any chance? Did you like do some sort of body swapping magic? Because you seem to be very personally invested in this. He who fights too long against dragons becomes a dragon himself.
Interesting, Rover. I'm liking you more and more.
I think that you're way
Well
too
then,
tense, dude, especially with
Let's
that
see if
laughter.
This black lamb is going to end up like you say.
Or how about we grab a couple beers? Everything is a bit better after you have been sitting in the pub for about 3 hours and you're slightly drunk and you release all of that, you know, emotional focus and not do whatever kind of card bullshit that you're doing over here, Scar. This is not how you make friends. Just like, you know, as a statement, this is just not how you make friends.
Welcome
okay.
to the realm of endless chaos.
Oh no, not
Now
endless
is
chaos.
your time to think, Rover. What is the right path to take? Oh, you found us already.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have
Shake
left
and
grappling
shake,
hooks in
blink
the
an eye.
sky
A
if
flock
you
of lambs comes
didn't
down.
want
Watch
me.
out,
Oh
my
god.
friend.
Okay.
Your pioneers
Storytelling
are lying at
missions
your
do
feet.
not scale with the rest of the
Don't
world.
look
Noted.
back. Join them on this right path. And I've got a escort. Don't rush.
What are you even on
One
about, my
slip,
dude?
and you'll shatter to pieces.
Like, what are you even still talking about? Join us on the right path, and I will welcome you with open arms or some shit. You were definitely on to something over... You don't get to judge what the right path is. If the whole point that you like me because I'm a rule breaker, then you do know that I'm gonna break your rules as well, right?
Can't you see? We are kindred spirits after all.
Considering that you're sending level 18 dudes after a level 50 team, I just have to assume that you really like your own people dying.
Standing before...
Oh, I accidentally made him shut up. Well, he talks too much.
Tell me, do
I
you
am
want
not
to be
taking
the
that as a hint.
rule-setting shepherd or the rule-breaking black lamb? If a sane person manages to survive in a realm of lunatics, would you call them the last one of reason or the sole apostle?
I would say that they have good adaptability.
The preordained embodiment of truth.
Like, you know, you don't fight stupid with stupid, right? But you kind of adjust the way that you present yourself to the people that are around you. Because if you're not relatable, you're not gonna get through to them, and surely you want your word heard. That's normally the whole point of talking. If you're not getting through to people because you're representing your points in a way that they would never be amiable to accepting them, that's kind of on you. Hello? I went into my head and I beat up a really pathetic level 18 dude. Jesus Christ, Scar forgot to level. Hi, gang.
I shattered Scar's illusion. That should have injured him.
Oh, should I thank you for showing me mercy?
Considering that you're currently level 18, dude, yeah. Go punch some punching bags, lift some weights, do a training montage. Kinda need to catch up at the moment.
Didn't you promise to leave me some alone time with Rover?
With one condition. I do hope you haven't let that slip from your mind. Don't let your improvisation trouble others.
Look at you, rushing in to protect your precious, perfect movement.
Oh, I mean, you
No
did get
worries.
several dudes
I know
slaughtered.
all the do's and don'ts. I don't need you to tell me what to do. Rover, it seems our happy little date must come to an end. But don't forget my sincere reminders. Let me know what you choose. An unexpected gift? An honest and open exchange? Or a highly risky gamble?
Well, I choose to take you to therapy for about 1 to 2 years.
Choice is
And
yours.
then we can like
I
catch
know
up
how
with a
smart
coffee
you
girlfriend.
are. You won't make a hasty decision. We'll meet again in the not too distant future.
Alternatively, if you want to make friends,
Should we go after them?
don't act too crazy. Let's skip it for now. We have like other things to get to. Like, wanna have a slumber party?
Scar's resonance abilities appear to involve teleportation and the manipulation of space. He trapped me in confinement, and I could only sense that it wasn't far from here. It took me some time to break that barrier. Sorry, Rover. If only I could have reached you sooner.
Well, I broke free from it thanks to you. Otherwise, I would have had to beat that guy up and probably stay inside his mind for a while. And that would have been kind of funny.
Brother. Why are you here, little one?
Can it feel fear? So it probably hit out of
I've
fear.
never seen any tacit discord display such vivid emotions. The brother it mentioned. Could it be...
Scar?
Yes, that is a possibility. Since Scar had been here before. Let's talk about it later. Rover, can you fill me in on what happened?
Well, Scar told me a children's tale and I got weirdly philosophical about it for about half an hour.
All the tragedies in Tea Tree Village were linked to that ritual.
And Scar was feeding me bits of info, but more than anything, I am the most confused about the current ruling party of the city that we were in previous that knew about this shit. And apparently have done nothing about it. Just amazing, considering that apparently half humanoid tacit discords are still hanging out here, full of fear. But okay.
Making up stories based on real life to support his twisted beliefs? That does sound like something he might
It
do.
could be a coping mechanism, so I'm not gonna like hold it against him.
Now, we must locate where the
Like, you know, when
ritual
you
took place
project your
and
own
see
life
for
experiences
ourselves.
onto fantasy and relive them in your mind in a way that your mind can understand and accept them better. Yeah, I think Scar might be into that. What did you say? Oh, okay, let's check where the ritual has taken place. Sure, honey. Cool with me.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Two distinct frequencies of tacit discords. I see. I can feel it in the streams. Over there. Follow me.
In the south.
Time to chase Yang Yang's feelings in the south.
They are unharmed. Please rest assured. As you anticipated, Scar did not try to kill them. Yes, I stayed out of it like you asked. Is everything all right on your end? Please be sure to stay safe, my lady.
Rover, do you still have the plaque we found earlier? The one broken in half.
I'm not Rover, I'm Morefi. Let me just
As I
switch.
thought. I just felt a similar vibration from that direction. Please follow me.
I would, but you're currently not on the scene, so I'm just gonna follow whatever that mark is. Anyway, I have kind of overdone it with playing WuWa recently. Because as I said, I was like leveling my characters, I've done some side quests, I've done exploration. I don't do that for games that I'm not actually invested into, so I'm just gonna say that while I am clowning on the story, I am also having a great time on screen and off screen. I wouldn't be disanimated if a game seriously irritated me. Or I would look a lot more, well, irritated.
It's the missing half. We can piece them together now.
Ooh, missing half of a plaque. When did we get the first half of it? I will activate that mechanism in a second. You see that, like, red dot in the distance? Yeah, I want to get there first and clear whatever that is. Ooh, it's a Wolfie protecting my 5 diamonds. I don't know what else to call them. That's not the actual name of what I'm looking at. Oh, it's a bear! I could use more of you. Please tell me that you're actually gonna drop your soul for me to eat it. That would be, like, so useful.
Into me. Notice it.
I mean, I will just take
I sense your weakness.
my rewards, but I... No! The bear dropped no soul!
An unexpected discovery.
I'm just gonna take my 5DS and go back. Astrites! That's what it's called! So much worse than diamonds!
Wind guide me.
Freaking astrites. Sounds like ass. Anyway. Got a thing to activate over here.
Look, the water is going down.
Oh, we found the giant drain! We have unplugged the sink! Cool.
I can't believe it. There is such a big opening down here. How
The sink
odd.
bowl is massive.
This
It's a whole
place should
bathtub
have
in
been
here.
soaked in water, but everything is dry here. Even the vegetation is thriving. Did Scar do this? Given his powers, it doesn't seem too hard for him.
So, do you think that Scar wasted time just like transplanting some grass under the water? I wish to see what that guy's day-to-day life is because it's
It's stunning.
quite something hearing it from a description.
Almost eerily enchanting. Please, save us.
Sure, talking tree, whatever you
Trying
want.
to tell us about
Oh wait, you're not a
something
tree.
hidden here?
Is it a transformation be gone potion or something?
Where did it go?
It's right there. I was just admiring either a person statue or
Gallery?
somebody having been turned to dust. Today, a strange man came to our village. He said to call him brother, if I didn't mind. He was really friendly, but for some reason he seemed different from the people in my village. He seemed to know a lot about me, even telling me that we were of the same kind. He told me a really strange fairy tale. The ending of the fairy tale was kind of scary. But reality was even scarier, he said. He then asked, what would you do if you were the little black lamb? Before I could think of a reply, he had already left with a cryptic "see you next time." Told father about it, but he said no one like that ever visited our village. Who could it be? Did Scar write like one singular fairy tale and is accosting every single person with that specific tale in mind? Okay, whatever floats your boat, honey. Sorry, I'm so sorry. If only I weren't so weak. I could have driven away those tacit discords. If Cece didn't have to protect me. There must be a way. Father said I can manipulate the frequencies of tacit discords in humans. Cece, I'm so sorry. You look like this now. It is only temporary. I'll do everything I can to return you to what you were before. I know you can still hear me. Father promised me. He'll surely find a way to help. It's been 3 months since that incident. Father doesn't seem to remember I'm still keeping a diary. He gave the notebook to me, but if he found out I've been writing about everything, he would be so mad. He orders me to do what he says and use my powers to recombine frequencies of tacit discords. But if anyone finds out the truth, that Cece, who went missing, actually died trying to protect me, and then I turned her into a horrifying tacit discord, they will see me as a monster. I will be banished, and no one will ever understand or accept me with what I can do. No one except him. But will the dead really come back through the frequency manipulation? And if so, what would happen to their shattered souls trapped inside the new bodies? I really don't know. So, you said you can manipulate tacit discords and people? Honey? Honey. If anyone thinks that you're a monster, just like, you know, puppeteer them. Just have the whole village dancing to your tune. It sounds really awful, but you could express this as People are not allowed to have this thought. People are not allowed to think that I can do this. It's a very awful thing to try and instill into people. But hey, if you can, and if you're worried about self-preservation, then like, fair game. That will keep you safe. And you know, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do the whole turning people into tacit discords thing. Especially considering that it's not really a proper merger. You're already describing them as shattered souls that you're embodying in a different body. So like, and then it doesn't sound like it's very healthy for them, you know? Every day I feel more and more uneasy. The people in the village are disappearing and those tacit discords father have brought back. Can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong. But I'm trapped like a moth to the flame, unable to escape the dark path. I don't know what my father did. It must have been something terrible for the tension and unease here. I'm not allowed outside anymore, and when I ask why, he just brushes it off. If the price for my wish to come true is the more bloodshed, The villagers have surrounded our house. They must have learned about it all. The murderer. Is that what they call me now? Or perhaps my father too? At this point, what difference does it make? After all that has happened, can someone come and save me? I must pay the price for Kichi village. If there is a god, I hope they can save my village. At the end of the last diary entry, you see a message in another handwriting. Seems you are the luckier one. Well, I mean, there was definitely free will there that could have been taken that wasn't. I know that's kind of victim blamey, but if you can manipulate people on tacit discords, the first thing to probably try and manipulate is your father. Like, you definitely have some control over not doing this. You could have probably just ran away a little bit earlier as well.
Guide me.
Just, it seems like there were actions that could have been taken that weren't. That's all I'm saying.
That girl just wanted to save her village. But those sacrifices didn't lead to redemption.
In the end, it is the father's fault, but also
Yes, the
there is an element of
saw
free will
stayed
there,
here
so...
to convey her last wishes. Please excuse me. It's getting a bit too cold here. Can we head back now?
I think that's on us, considering the kind of outfits that we're wearing. Just, you know, saying.
Sorry, Rover.
Is there any kind of, like,
Didn't feel
exercise
comfortable
ritual that
down
we could
there.
do? Like, you know, get a good
Was
workout,
heavy in that
and then,
place.
like, grab our
Without any
crosses
wind
and
to
be
speak
like,
of.
I banish
And
ye
I could
soul
still
to
feel
put
so
them to
many
rest.
Emotions and desperate cries for help. I couldn't handle it. The villagers were a complex mix of emotions: hope, resentment, and despair. And as I read the diary, I could feel the intense sorrow and longing of its owner. What was the diary's owner longing for? Was it the peaceful life she once had? Or did she miss her only family? The person who pushed her towards such a tragic end? My apologies. I got lost in thoughts again.
It's okay.
I wish I could say such
This
tragedies
is
won't
the
happen
weirdest
again,
quick time event for conversation.
but I still lack the confidence to make that claim. It was tragedies like this that made me want to become an outrider. To become someone with the strength to stop them from ever happening again. I cannot stop the lament, but at least I should do everything in my power to help those affected by it.
Girlie, I have been with you since you said let's be friends 15 minutes after I woke up from my
Really?
amnesia. It's fine.
Thank you, Rover. Dwelling on it won't do us any good. Let's go. I'll compile a report on what happened here, and send it in along with the clues we've gathered. Yes, let's go back. Together.
Together forever, bestest of buddies. Reach Union level 11 to unlock. Well, good for you, game, because guess what? I should already be there. I should already be there. Is it like a place where I can like pick it up from? Oh yeah, it's right there. It's right. I'm like Union level something like 23 right now. Like I'm more there than I have ever been before, which is not a statement. It's hello. Shisha just called me. I wonder what's happening. Hello, Shisha, what's up?
Here's the thing. We could really use your help with this ongoing case.
Oh yeah?
We've been getting a lot of missing persons reports recently.
Yeah?
Nobody ever saw those people assaulted or anything. They just vanished.
Yeah?
Some of those people are even resonators, or they've served in the military.
Those cases might be connected.
Since you're always coming and going from the city, can you help me watch out for anything weird or suspicious?
Sure.
Thank you so much. Knew I could count on you. Ring me up when you spot anything sus, yeah? Laters.
Laters! Hi, girlfriend! Feel like you only call me when you need something, but it's fine. Solitary visitor in Jiangsu. Feeling weighed down by the burdens of the past that you cannot share? Is there someone beloved you wish to see again? While the Sans Society understand your pain, as we all carry regrets of lost loved ones. Join us. We offer a solution. And like, go to them, but like not with a dead person. Just be like, can I contact my ex, please? Oh god, the messages of help me contact my ex that has blocked me for a reason are like so numerous. Ah, it's a companion
The
story!
Seance Society. Never heard of them before. They said they have a solution, but how? This is very suspicious. No matter how I look.
I feel like I might end up just doing an episode where we just do companion stories. What else do I need to do? Okay. Extra main storylines. Well, extra main quest, fair enough. I've been doing side quests on my own. They are pretty interesting, but I don't want to like I don't want to expand this Let's Play to a point where it's hard to keep up with, or to a point where it's like episode number 200, Mirta meanders around the world again. But I do think that maybe we can do some like slight flavor content, like just like hang out with our besties, do a couple of companion quests. I think that could be fun as like its own thing. Obviously not everything, but like its own thing. Hurrah! Huzzah! Anyway. Hello, Shisha!
How did it go? Anyone hurt? Let me check on you.
I'm good.
Phew. You're still in one piece.
Of course I am. You're overreacting.
Okay. Anything new about the tokens? So those Fraxidus goons are here in Jinzhou now? Things are more serious than I thought.
I wonder what they're up
It's
to.
me. I've only ran into some bozos before. Those wackos are hell-bent on making their own resonators. Said there's no right or wrong when it comes to resonance powers, and everyone should have the right to them.
How do you make your own resonator?
To integrate parts of tacit discords into human bodies.
Oh, you answered my question.
Seeking
Thank you very
power with
much.
Such gruesome acts. I cannot bring myself to understand them.
That Scar guy you mentioned sounds like he's on a whole other level. How did the fight go?
Well, he was level 18 and I was
It
level
seems he
50
didn't
to give
intend
you a
kill
hint.
us. I would even say he was pulling his punches.
Hopefully,
I don't know
because
what he
otherwise
wants
he would
from
be
us.
very pathetic.
But Madam Magistrate may have intended to hint something by letting us run into him.
I still can't wrap my head around what happened in that village. I went over the files. That case is ancient. It was dealt with and archived way before our current magistrate took office.
What happened
The
to the village
magistrate
in the
sent me
end?
there.
Don't worry, the crooks were brought to justice.
Did
and
she
most of the
know
villagers
how
were
much of a
relocated to new
nerd
settlements.
Scar is about at one singular
I didn't
story?
find
And she
anything
was
in the
like,
files about that
you gotta
little
let
girl
that
you
boy
mentioned.
story tell to somebody else, somebody
So
that has not
Scar
heard it
really
before.
did take her away.
And it seems he did not hurt her.
I agree. If only we could capture him.
I'm so lost. Why did Madam Magistrate point you to Chi-Chi Village anyway? What did she want to tell you with that?
I don't know, Madam Magistrate
Scar
is
went there
fucking
to
weird.
tamper with the site and mislead you with fake clues.
Or maybe it's the other way around.
You mean?
I don't actually know what I'm trying to
Praxetus
say
was
here.
planning to tell you something about what had happened in that village. Then our magistrate intercepted by leading you there before they could?
Scar wanted to preach his ideas to me.
Madam Magistrate knew they were going to lure you to the village. And she knew they weren't planning to kill you.
She was like, fine, children,
Told them
have a
this morning
rendezvous.
That Praxetus had their eyes on you.
We wouldn't be in real danger.
So,
Both of these answers are really weird. In a game of Wakewee, something that I have never heard about, when the black moves, white is sure to follow.
I agree. Knowing their plans, Madam Magistrate would have prepared countermeasures for the worst scenario.
I feel like we're trying to play 5D
What's
chess
the matter, Rover?
around Madam Magistrate's decisions, when I
The
think that
legendary
Madam
figure
Magistrate's
who
decisions
changed
were a
Jindo's
lot more
history?
2D.
A
They
looming
just
war
weren't
with
very
the
smart or
resurrecting
thought through.
Benodian, and the Praxetus acting in the shadows. If all of these have something to do with your true identity, then who exactly are you?
A rover?
Yes, you will always be the Rover we know.
I'm
No
me.
matter what.
Hello.
that same old TD-eating, echo-munching rover, all right.
Echo
Come to
munching.
think of it, the sundial's the last token we need to work out.
Mr. Mortefi said it's an intricate puzzle box. Madam Magistrate might have hid a real message inside.
We have learned about the time at the academy.
It's the 12th shichen of the day, represented by the symbol Wei. Now we have the shichen of Wei and Vermilion Bird. We should be able to solve the puzzle.
So, Rover, you gonna try it now?
Symbols on the larger disc represent time, and we need to align the correct symbol with this pointer. It should be...
What? I'm glad that you guys can read this. I
It's
cannot.
working. And now? Symbols on the smaller disc represent direction, and we need to align the correct symbol with this pointer. It should be... We have Tealong of the east, White Tiger of the west, Vermilion Bird of the south, and Black Tortoise of the north. According to the clues we've gathered, it should be
I think it's the south. Look at me, I'm smart.
Wow, you really solved it.
I know, right?
Wait, I don't think it's something we're allowed to see. Quick, Yang Yang, we should turn around.
The message is literally go to the library. Ah! We solve this together. You guys can look at the go to the library message too. We're now contemplating the library. It's about the Grand Library. Duh, Rover.
The Grand Libraries in Huanglong are renowned for their vast databases, holding valuable information about the regions they represent. Their exact locations are kept confidential, but it is believed they hold answers to all questions.
I like
one
Shisha.
today.
That's just like,
The
duh.
libraries are vital for Huanglong's data security, managed by the regional sentinels, accessible only to the magistrates. They're rarely open to the public.
Kinda like a big piggy bank inside the city hall, data-wise.
Yes.
Let's go smash it
You'll
open.
find the most comprehensive and accurate information there. Rover, if you need to visit the Grand Library in Jinzhou to find out who you are, I think it suggests two things.
Less talking, more library walking?
There is a strong link between your past and Jinzhou's history. Second, you must be a really significant person.
So you're super important to Jinzhou, maybe even all of Huanglong.
How about less talking, more library
I
walking?
think we stumbled upon a real big shot when we didn't even know it.
How about less talking, more library walking?
What's the matter, Rover? Something wrong with the sundial?
How about less talking, more library walking? Is the city hall at the center of Xinjiang?
It is Jinzhou's political center, and it's also located at the city center. If
We
that's
could have
what you
been
mean.
having this conversation while on our way to the
The
library.
city hall was built when Jinzhou was established. It's a popular landmark for locals giving directions. Why do you ask, Rover?
We do not need to stand still. I'll need to go somewhere on my own.
See? What did I say? Covert ops. Real confidential stuff going on. Come on, Yang Yang. It's just a one-on-one meeting with Madam Magistrate. What's the worst that could happen? Relax, relax.
Indeed.
I guess you're right. Still, please be careful. We'll be waiting for you.
I'll be careful to please. I was like, wait, that was a whole chapter, but no, I think that was just the intro. Anyway, we're well past our allotted time by about 8 minutes now, so it's about the time when I stop recording. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for my Patreon supporters, and I hope I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Bye bye.